How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Cobra Kai Studio. I am your Master Daniel-san, and this is part 2 plus a little extra of the fan questions video for tonight. Now, we have quite a bit to go over, so let's just get right into it. We're going to go ahead and start off with Drew's Customs. It's kind of funny how most people have obsessed about Silver being Tori's dad. I tend to think that Mike Barnes is her dad. And then we also have a reply from someone, Gabriella, that says, nah, because someone tweeted to John asking if Tori's dad has a steam room, because in the Karate Kid 3 we see Terry Silver in a steam room. But John retweeted saying, I don't know, but her grandfather might, and that makes us think that Terry Silver is not her dad, but her grandfather. And yes, that is true. That is where a lot of the speculation now that Terry Silver is actually Tori's grandfather, which I do understand and kind of get it. It is a very big possibility, honestly, that she could indeed be the granddaughter of Terry Silver, you know? And that answers a lot of people's questions if it's true, and it also opens up some people's ideas to something they didn't expect to be true, because I know a lot of people don't think that any of them are related in any way, and I understand, you know, everybody has different thoughts and ideas about the show, and that's what's badass about the community, is that we all come together with our different ideas, different opinions, different theories, and different answers to these questions, you know, and that's what I love about these fan question videos in general, is that we all get to kind of, you know, enjoy the show and the channel together as a big group, you know, because especially in the fan question videos, everybody gets brought on. Anybody that comments, you can just comment saying hi, you're going to be included in the video, you know what I mean? Because that's what these videos are specifically dedicated to, is us fans. Because of course I'm a fan myself. Yeah, I'm, you know, am trained in martial arts, taekwondo for many years, but this is just more of us coming together as a group. I've met quite a bit of other amazing people that are also interested in martial arts, which is awesome, because I love the fact that not everybody's trained the same. Not everybody trains in the same kind of style. Not everybody takes taekwondo, martial arts in general. You know, not everybody does martial arts. So it's nice that we have a community of people that do and don't, you know, participate in martial arts. And everybody comes with their own backstories, their own knowledge. And we all get to kind of share that together as a group. And I think that's some of the best parts of the Cobra Kai community, is that we do it as a team versus just separate, you know. So we'll start off with the next comment from Bonsai Kai Dojo. Anything is possible in the Miyagi-verse. That's something I'm learning a lot. It really is, huh? You're not lying, Sensei. There's so much that's possible in the Miyagi-verse that you just never know what to expect. And that's another thing that I love about the way the writers have made Cobra Kai, is that they always pay attention to details. And they put details in that they want us, you know, hardcore fans to actually pay attention and look out for. So that's something I'm excited to start doing really, really good in Season 3, is, you know, really paying attention to what's going on, not just in the front of your eyes, but in the back of the scenes, and things that we not need to, you know, pay attention to for Season 4. Because, you know, obviously once we get to Season 3, give it about 3 or 4 months on average for everybody, and we're really going to be wanting to know what's going to happen in Season 4. Now, of course, as soon as Season 3 is over, we're all going to want to know what happens in Season 4, but, you know what I mean? Like, given enough time, it's going to really stir around, it's going to really blow up around the world, I feel like, and there's going to be more people interested into these theories and ideas, and us as a community, we're all going to get to share the fun, you know, share the excitement that will be and always will be Cobra Kai, because Cobra Kai never dies. On to the next one from Artistic Spidey. I hope Miguel isn't paralyzed, and I hope he recovers soon. Yeah, I don't really think he's going to be fully paralyzed, but I do believe there is going to be some kind of serious trauma to what happened to him, because, you know, if you, like a lot of people pointed out, if you look at the x-ray that's on the back in the little teaser, you do see it looks like his neck's broke. And when someone's neck's broke, that does indeed actually paralyze people most of the time. It doesn't always happen. There are slim chances, but it is possible he could be paralyzed. And that could be, like a lot of people speculate, when Allie steps in and maybe helps him in some kind of way to where he's not paralyzed. There's also high speculation that Daniel might learn the healing technique and might use that on Miguel, and maybe that might heal him. But I don't know where I stand on it, because I see how they can make him paralyzed, but for the show and him being such a lead actor and everything like that, I just don't see him being paralyzed. I think he's going to be one of those rare cases where his neck was broke, yes, but he's not paralyzed. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. Will it be that case? I don't know. We're getting so close now. It's a month away, so I guess we will see soon. On to the next one from Aaron. I was reading about Terry Silver's backstory, and he lied about his age when he enlisted in the army. Well, back in that time, honestly, it happened from what I've studied. It happened quite a bit, actually, of people lying about their age to be enlisted. So it wouldn't surprise me if that is the case. Does it change anything for Terry Silver? No, but kind of interesting, though. Thanks for commenting. For sure, it is something interesting to learn. On to the next one from Christopher. Robbie was only the one to catch Sam when she was hurting. Now, that's over with. They won't be kissing ever anymore in the series. Sam may not be back with Miguel too for a while. That's a good point. I kind of don't think that Sam and Robbie will ever be a thing again. I think that bridge is kind of burnt. And I do have a feeling that eventually Miguel and Sam will get back together. But I feel like that's something towards the end of the season. If not leading up into season 4, I don't think that's something that'll happen right away. And there is, quite a bit of speculation of Tori and Miguel staying together. I mean, which I'm pro that for sure. But as far as the storyline goes, when you try to think about it, it's like, why would they want to do that, though? Because there's conflict that's been created there that they could feed on. And I feel like it's better bet left that they don't stay together, unfortunately, as far as the show. But then again, they don't need that much drama in the show either. They have so much more action and other mysteries along the show that it doesn't have to be filled with drama either. And I know some of you would agree that you don't want too much drama in the show because it's not a drama show, So I'm agreeing there for sure. On to the next one from Christopher. Robbie and Miguel mirror Daniel and Johnny's feud. Yes, eventually we'll be closer than brothers, not in season 3 though. That's a good point. And it really does. It's basically Robbie and Miguel are the new Daniel and Johnny as far as rivalries and conflicts go. And you're right, eventually down the line, it is very highly anticipated by many fans that they become friends. I am actually for that because I like both of the characters. Miguel's my favorite character. And then it's a close tie, between Johnny and Robbie. I'd say probably Johnny my second favorite character and then, Robbie my third. I really enjoy the uprising of both Miguel and Robbie from the very first time we see them in season 1 to where they're at now. Obviously, they both had their ups and downs. Right now is a really down moment for Robbie and Miguel because they're both down in their own ways. Miguel's injured. Robbie caused the injuries. He's going to jail, whatever be the case. Might be on an ankle monitor, might be put on probation. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, And where's that going to lead? If he gets put on probation, he obviously is going to have to not be able to fight and all kinds of other things as far as street fighting. Now, I was never on probation or anything and being in martial arts, so I don't really know if you wouldn't be able to train in martial arts if you were on probation. Maybe one of you all could share that information with me because I really don't know on that, so maybe that could cause a conflict as well. On to the next one from Aaron. Did Sam feel bad what happened to Miguel and that's why she checked on him after he got kicked over the rail? I guarantee you she did. And especially running through her mind at that point, she might even have had the thought that it was her fault too. Just because, she knows that her and him kissed at the party. Tori obviously seen it. And, Tori got mad. Went to the intercom, started this fight. They all kind of fueled the fire, I would say. And it led to something very serious happening. And yeah, I do feel Sam did feel possibly sorry and maybe even to blame for that. And that's why she had the look on her face that she did. And the way she said Miguel, it's just a possibility. On to the next one from Christopher. I see Dimitri being like that fat kid from Harry Potter who then in the last part got skinny, taller, and killed that snake with the sword. Like he sent that nerdy factor and then grows to be a badass and does something unexpected. Him beating Hawk in the school battle is just the tip of the iceberg. That's a very brilliant way of explaining how we might see the uprising of Dimitri. There's a very huge anticipation for Dimitri to be a badass, even more so than what we might see in season 3. Leading up to season 4, because if you're keeping up with the actor, he's been training really hardcore and really putting in the effort. And what for, So I'm thinking Dimitri as a student is going to progress quite a bit, and he might even rise up in the rankings of one of my least favorite characters to one of the more enjoyable characters. Now, I don't hate any of these characters for any given reason, but when you have to rank them, obviously there's always going to have to be someone that's last. And he's one of those ones that's last for me right now. There is a possibility, though, that it could change. Now, I did actually enjoy the moments of Dimitri, finally sticking up for himself. I don't like his scared attitude that he has on a lot of things, but he's growing, and it makes sense because there is a lot of people that would be in the same situation as him, and it would take a little bit more effort to be a badass, I guess you could say, and actually, step up your game. And I do feel that he's going to do that moving forward. It just seems like something that we are actually going to probably see moving forward into season 3 and 4. On to the next one from Aaron. If Tori cares about Miguel, why did she not go check on him after he got kicked off the rail? I don't know. Maybe she did and it just wasn't, shown in the scene for that moment. Maybe it's something that they didn't feel needed to be shown. I don't know. That is a good question, Aaron. I would say that it's possible that, she wasn't able to, or that she was scared because she might have knew she caused the fight and she might have just didn't want to get in trouble. That's a big possibility. She seems like the type that would be like, oh no, I gotta get out of here because, everything just started weighing in on her maybe. But that's just my opinion. We do have a comment from someone, Lenny Alves says, because she started the fight, so she would have been arrested. See, that's exactly like that. She could have been scared and felt like she needed to leave. And that's kind of like the same thing with Robbie, I feel like, too. On to the next one from Lightning Joseph. Every returning character deserves a flashback between what we saw in the movies or the show and that stuff and what happened in between. That is true. And I feel like we might get a lot of backstories for a lot of the characters. I don't know if they'll go through every character, but I do have an idea that we'll get more backstories than just Tori and Sam, obviously. I think eventually we'll get a better backstory and more, backstory to Johnny and Daniel. I do feel we're going to get some bit of backstory from Johnny and Daniel actually in Season 3, even though it's not been talked about. I do believe that that's something that we can anticipate, possibly, If not, then I feel in the future it's something they will possibly touch on. On to the next one from Aaron. After Tori falls off the bar stool, she gets mad at Miguel and pushes him, and it was not his fault that she lost. Yeah, I know what you mean. It wasn't. That is interesting, though. Tori's just one of those hotheads, I guess, like that, Aaron, and that's just, I guess, something that fits right up the line of Tori, honestly, in my opinion. On to the next one from you. Do you think if Daniel didn't butt in on Allie and Johnny at the beach, that him and Johnny will never have fought? That's almost like the, same thing we went over yesterday, kind of like the, if Sam and Miguel never kissed each other, would the school fight have still happened, It might not have happened at the beach, but I think that, yes, Johnny and Daniel would have still, for some reason, got into a predicament or an argument. Them two just didn't click, they didn't get together, they didn't get along right from the beginning, pretty much. So I feel like, yeah, that would have still happened in some way, too. How? I don't know. But yeah, I feel like it would have still happened. On to the next one from Captain Shock. I think that Tori is Terry Silver's granddaughter. Makes a lot more sense than Terry Silver being Miguel's grandfather because the personality between Tori and Terry. That is very true. It really does. Their personalities do, they click, basically. They seem like they would be related, and a lot more so than Miguel. Miguel's this more laid-back, chill, I should say, person. He's changed, obviously, from the person we've seen in Season 1 to how he is now in Season 2, moving into Season 3. Obviously, he's going to change again. He just went through some serious trauma, and now how's his mind space going to be? What's he going to be thinking? How's he going to react to everything that happened, And that's going to possibly change him. How? I don't know. On to the next one from Lightning Joseph. I've realized this is the 50th All-Valley tournament, and that is why did Miguel win the tournament as a result for intentionally attacking Robbie's shoulder injury or on purpose? I don't know why they did that episode the way they did. I think it was much more of they wanted to give the victory to Cobra Kai because obviously a lot of people speculate and are pretty, dead set on that kick that Daniel performed to win in Karate Kid was an illegal kick. Therefore, Johnny should have been the champion again. But I think that's why they gave it to Miguel for this episode, was they wanted Cobra Kai to be the victors, I think there's another moment for Robbie, or else Robbie's just never meant to be the champion as far as his character, especially considering what's going on with him now. It's like, I don't know. It's just one of those tough questions, really. On to the next one from Christopher. Nope, Mike Barnes will want to get his revenge on Daniel since the All-Valley tournament. Very possible. I wouldn't rule it out for sure because, like I said, he could still be that type that wants to, get revenge on Daniel for what happened. And if so, I'm sure we will see that if and when Mike Barnes makes his, return. On to the next one from Chopper. Of course he's not paralyzed. It's a TV show, and he's everyone's favorite character. Not mine, but this is just the way. That's true, Chopper. You know, it is a TV show, and that's why I always speculate that he'll be back on his feet sooner than later. You know, I don't think that's something they're going to keep him down for the whole show of season 3, and then out of nowhere he starts to get better at the end. I don't think that's a possibility. It could be, but I don't think it is. I say 3 or 4 episodes max before he's starting to walk again. I think, you know. On to the next one from Aaron. I didn't think that Miguel had feelings for Tori. I think he was upset with Sam, and that's why he dated Tori. A lot of people do think that, Aaron. I've seen a lot of people speculate that pretty much that Tori was just kind of a rebound girlfriend because of him being upset with Sam, and it could be possible. That could be why they led to Sam and Miguel kissing again. You know, obviously the feelings are still there between Sam and Miguel in some way, especially because, you know, Sam was drunk, Miguel wasn't, and still kissed her back. So, makes you wonder, you know, is the Tori and Miguel thing actually, was it ever a thing? Or was it just something to pass Miguel's time and help him with the anger, and he just, you know, or do you think it's just, they really did start to connect? Because there's, like, scenes that make it look like, you know, Tori and Miguel really was connecting, you know, on a good level, on an intimate level, and such, you know, stuff like that. So, I don't know. Maybe not. On to the next one from Aaron. If Daniel didn't ask Robbie to stay for dinner, then Miguel would have not been upset with Sam. Yeah, true. If Daniel didn't ask Robbie to stay for that dinner, you're right. You know, because Miguel wouldn't have came over and seen Sam having dinner with Robbie and her parents and dad, when, you know, obviously Sam didn't really want Daniel knowing about Miguel, I guess, because of, you know, Johnny training him and such. I don't know. It is interesting to think about, though, that it possibly wouldn't have upset, you know, he wouldn't have got upset about Sam, and that might not have, it would have changed a lot of things, actually. The conflicts would have had to happen in a different way if that would have happened. On to the next one from Jeff. The more important question is that yesterday, January 8th, was removed from the teaser for the release date on Netflix here in Canada. Some may have sent screenshots showing January 1st. Has anyone else heard this? Yeah, it's a huge conflict going around right now, Jeff, but in all honesty, I don't think we have anything to worry about. I think January 8th is still the set date, and I think we're getting the trailer very soon, so I don't think that's something to really worry about. I think it was either an error on Netflix's part or something along those lines. A lot of people are speculating that they were hacked or whatever be the case. I don't know. I mean, anything could be the possibility, I guess, but I don't think we have anything to worry about. On to the next one from Aaron. If Johnny and Daniel had a fight in the dojo, who would win? That's a hard question, really. I kind of feel like Johnny would win, but maybe not the first time around. Someone in the comment section kind of explained a really good way about this. I can't remember what video, but they pretty much explained it that they think that Daniel would get the first win, and then Johnny would get like the last win, basically later on in the season, kind of, or show, you know, later on, a later season situation, which I could actually see being a possibility and play out in that kind of a way. Honestly, I really could see that even being a possibility. On to the next one from Lightning Joseph. Johnny and Daniel should team up in season 3. Yeah, I get why they should. Me personally, I love their rivalry, so I hope they don't always become like, you know, like best of friends in that kind of situation where they never have bickerments or something. But in the end, I wouldn't mind them having a friendship of some sort, and, you know, still get into their little bickerments, still get into where they're almost going to fight kind of situation, like we've seen in season 2, where they do start to fight, you know, they just get broken up by Sam and Robbie. But I do think that they'll possibly team up in some way in season 3. On to the next one from you as well. I actually hope Tori and Hawk become a couple. They're badass and are really strong together. I feel like they have a common personality and are a lot alike. They kind of are. They really are. Tori and Hawk do kind of have that same badass, no mercy mentality, you know. And I'm not opposed to them being a couple in the future. I'm really not. I do feel like, yeah, Tori and Miguel are a good couple, but Tori and Hawk might actually make a good couple as well. And they might make a better couple, you know. I think Tori would be a better fit for Hawk than Moon was. So, yeah, I wouldn't rule that out. I wouldn't say that it's not a possibility. On to the next one from Aaron. Does Daniel still have the Cobra Kai karate outfit he was wearing in the Karate Kid Part 3? Considering how Daniel is and how sentimental he is with things, I would not rule that out in any way, Aaron. I would say that it's possible, yes, he does still have it. You know, obviously Johnny still kept his original gi and gave it to Miguel, so who's to say Daniel don't still have his? I say it's very possible. On to the next one from Nick. What are your thoughts on the whole Netflix release date thing? I obviously think it's a mistake on purpose. Maybe preparing for the official trailer. I just want it to be January. I'm trying to get off work on January 8th so I can binge watch it. Now I'm not sure if I'll have to have off on January 1st. Yeah, that's true, But I don't think that we have anything to worry about. I'm pretty sure that, January 8th is when we're getting the release date. I don't think there's anything for us to really worry about as far as that goes. On to the next one from Christopher. Maybe it might be the villain of the Karate Kid 4. Cobra Kai fandom pointed that out in one of his videos. That is true. He really did. He made a very, very excellent point to why that could possibly be. On to the next one from Aaron. Do you think that Mike Barnes has kids? Yeah, I do. I sure do. I would assume that he does. Now, how many kids? I don't know. Will we ever see these kids play a role in the show? Also, I don't know, but I could see possibilities of how they could, I guess. I mean, and who knows? Maybe they already are in the show and we don't know it. Not that they're like a main character, but they could have, been a side character in the back that we just didn't know was one of the kids, On to the next one from Aaron. Who would win in a fight between Mike Barnes and Hawk? That's a good question. I think Hawk could actually possibly get the upper hand on Mike Barnes if, just depending. But honestly, I think Mike Barnes would probably beat Hawk maybe. I mean, Mike Barnes is a badass fighter, and I think he'd probably beat Hawk. Depends, though. What do you think? Who do you think would win out of that? On to the next one from Aaron. Would you like to see Chuck Norris in Cobra Kai? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't feel like it's actually necessary to bring Chuck Norris into the show, but I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it for him to be some kind of scene or something like that. I mean, I guess it's possible. I just wouldn't. I don't know. What do y'all think? Would you like Chuck Norris to be a part of Cobra Kai? On to the next one from Aaron. I would like to see you do a video with TV theories. I'm open to do videos and collabs with everybody. I'm still new to the collabs, so obviously I got a lot to learn about how to do them and everything. But I'm open to do collabs with anybody. Fans, TV, TV theories, any Cobra Kai channel, whatever be the case. I'm open to do collabs with anybody, really. I think they're a lot of fun, and they bring us as a community together even closer and show how badass of a community we really are, On to the next one from Lenny. Will Miguel ever fight again? I do believe Miguel will indeed fight again. I don't believe it'll be right away, obviously. It's going to take some time, and I don't think it's something we might not even see in Season 3. We might not see him fight again until Season 4. It is very possible. Or at least not towards the end. Towards like the end of Season 3, then we might. On to the last comment. Robbie's mom is not dying. LOL. Yeah, I don't know if she would or not. I mean, I see the points of how she could die, though. I do see the points of how she could actually die. It is, I wouldn't fully rule it out, but I do understand that it's very highly unlikely that she would actually die. So that's just my opinion. Obviously there's a lot of speculation to who's going to be dying in this season, because there's mentioned that there's 3 people that are going to die, and then it's like, well, who's those 3 going to be? These are comments that I missed on the last video. This is C19. So another note I have to mention, in my opinion, Silver's too close to the story to be Miguel's dad. I just don't see him being directly connected to an original character. I have an opinion that's been stated, but it doesn't connect him directly to Allie, and will take some explaining. Miguel is a representation of what Daniel and Johnny would be if they were one person and had the heart Miguel has. I do see his dad being a bad dude, but I believe he will be a new character to the show, or at least a new live action. Yeah, I do agree with you there. It's like, Miguel's dad don't have to be someone connected to anybody in the show already. And honestly, it would be better, as far as the story goes, for him not to be, I do fully understand that. So I agree there. It is very interesting, all the theories that are out there and all the different, ideas to these theories. It's always love enjoy, understanding and getting to know your feedback for a lot of these questions and ideas and theories and answers. Because, like I said, it brings us together as a community bigger, and we get to understand it in a different spectrum, where we have different people talking about it in different ways and explaining it in different ways. On to the next comment from Todd. Got a theory for you. I hope this link is not giving away spoilers. If there is some truth to it, okay, Johnny and Daniel team up to take down Kreese and confront him in the last 90 seconds of the season. And as they walk into his dojo, Daniel says, "You're done, Kreese. You're done," Kreese says. "Oh, am I now?" Just then, out of the shadows walks out Silver and Barnes. Silver says, "Hey, Danny boy, Daniel just stares at him and Johnny looks confused. Barnes says, let's do this. The last 10 seconds of the show, Chosen walks in and says, yeah, let's do this. Johnny and Daniel turn around to see and then fade to black while the music is playing the whole time. Here is the link. That's a very interesting theory to how the last 90 seconds could play out there, Todd. I actually do enjoy that. That's very interesting and makes me wonder if that is something that indeed we might see. I guess it is possible. I wouldn't rule it out for sure. So, I appreciate you for commenting that, because that is very interesting. On to the next one from C19. Silvers. Just for you, Daniel-san. I know. Me and the Terry Silvers. On to the last comment from Vegas Boy 7. Signs seem to be pointing towards Robbie going darker in Season 3 and joining Kreese. However, I think it's possible that Miguel could be the one that turns darker and more merciless by the end of the season, while Robbie goes through a temporary phase like Daniel did in Karate Kid 3, but comes back to the light and gets redemption. I hope it happens anyways. That is a really interesting comment, you know, and I wouldn't rule it out as not going to happen. Like, honestly, it's very possible that we could see something like that play out. But let me know your opinions. I want to know all your opinions and what you think about it. Like, you know, because as I said, these are our videos, so, you know, don't be afraid to interact and let me know how you feel about it, because we all have our different ideas, different opinions, different speculations. But yes, I do kind of think that Robbie will go dark in Season 3, and I do think that it's possible Miguel could as well. I wouldn't say that it's for sure he can't go, you know, to a darker version of himself, you know, being that he tried to show mercy and it literally bit him in the ass to the point that he's injured and in the hospital. So I can't rule it out. But, you know, that's going to be it for this video. I have another video that's going to be not really a fan question, but more of a going over your answers from the update video. And, yeah, I just wanted to include everybody in that as well, because you all had some really interesting ideas to what you think might play out and what might not play out. So I wanted to include it and make another extra video out of it. So hope y'all enjoyed this one. If you did, you know, feel free to smash that like button. As I always say, sidekick the hell out of it. Share the video out. Subscribe if you're not. And I want to go ahead and give out some shout-outs to some of my amazing friends, Bonsai Kai Dojo, Sensei and Guest Sensei, and then some other amazing badass YouTubers, Cobra Kai Nation, Cobra Kai Fandom, Rubalcava Network, and many, many others that are out there. So that's going to be it for this one, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever be the case, and I'll see you on the next one. And as I always say, stay badass, my friends. Have a good one.